All right, sitting here with Gerry Katz. Your title with the Joe Val?
I'm a member of the board of the Boston Bluegrass Union, but I'm the executive director of the Joe Val Bluegrass Festival.
Fantastic, and that's such a festival it is. It's fantastic. Tell us about what it is that you actually do and how Joe Val Festival moves from year to year, especially the challenges that you have this year with the beautiful weather that we have.
Well, the Joe Val Bluegrass Festival is an indoor festival, unique in that regard. It takes place every President's Weekend in February, and occasionally we have snow. We've had years up in New England when it's been 50 degrees, but this year we have close to 7 feet of snow outside, and it's snowing right now. It's Sunday morning, and it always presents some challenges, but we've got a real wonderful festival team as well as a great community of patrons.
The community doesn't seem like anybody slowed down. It seems as crowded as it is every year.
And much like an outdoor festival, we have a relationship with the hotel. They're our site crew,
Right.
and they do a great job. They're just fabulous. Really helpful, really work with us as a partner, and you know, we've had a few little bumps in the road. We've had one band out of probably 20 bands on the main stage over the course of the weekend that had to cancel, and the other bands are chipping right in. We're going to come up with a special, how would you might, a cluster pluck or a big finale. As a substitution for the Del McCurry band that couldn't make it this weekend.
Everyone's saying Del No as opposed to Del Yeah when they heard the news.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have been doing this and you do such a fine job, and I find it most interesting that everything is run by volunteers. Are there other festivals that are like that?
Oh, sure. Let me give you a little background. Boston Bluegrass Union produces the Joe Val Bluegrass Festival, and this festival, this is its 30th anniversary year, and it started off as an event to raise money to help Joe Val, who was a dear friend of the Boston area. He was a wonderful musician, great mandolin player, incredible tenor singer. He was a typewriter repairman that was born in Everett, Mass., working class community. Spent his years as a typewriter repairman in Waltham. But his real love was country and bluegrass music, and Joe took his music to the nation and the world, and was cut short by cancer. The event continued after his death. He died shortly after this fundraising event, and it's continued to as a community event. And then someone asked the Boston Bluegrass Union to take it on, and we took it on in the 9th year, and it's now the 30th year, and it's gone through a few iterations. It's been an indoor event for about 15 years, and it's just met with huge success. One of the beauties of an indoor festival in the Northeast is that people are clamoring for bluegrass in the middle of the winter, and you know, by this time of the year, especially with weather like we have now, there's a real bit of cabin fever, and we provide that antidote for cabin fever. And so, as I said, it's, the event is run by the Boston Bluegrass Union. We're a education organization that presents concerts, education programs, and tries to be the resource for the bluegrass community in the Northeast. So we have an active website, we have an online calendar, list any and every bluegrass-related event that's out there. We don't, you know, we've got friends everywhere. Everyone's a friend. Everyone's an opportunity.
Boston it represents more than just Boston. It goes around the whole.
I'd say the Northeast or New England.
Right.
Yeah. And you know, we're just there to help perpetuate the music. Now, through our concerts and the Joe Val Bluegrass Festival, we take the love of the music and we make the marriage between the artist and the audience. I think we all know, I think one of the unique things about bluegrass or other niche musics is that there really is no divide between the artist and the audience. We're in a workshop room that normally over the course of the weekend would be chock full of events where we marry those artists and the audience in a more intimate setting. As I said, it's an all-volunteer organization, and we take that love of the music And you know, we might not all be pickers. I'm not a picker. I have the ability to help lead this thing, and that's my where I get my love of the music.
Right, and the event sells out rather well. The hotel sells out rather quickly,
Right.
as fast as the computers could process it. This was a record year of about 2 minutes and so many seconds.
So we the event takes place at the Sheraton Framingham Hotel, which is just west of Boston, and you know, bluegrass is a participatory sport, and people like to play the music. They like to be at stay over where the event's happening, whether it's they want to be camping near the best jam, or they want to be in the place where things are going on. So while we have outlying hotels that take care of the extra people that can't get a hotel room here, there's a huge demand for hotel rooms here. And you know, another side of it is with weather like this weekend, you don't have to drive. So you just you bring everything in, you set your room up, and you're set to go. In fact, we have the first 3 floors of the hotel are picking floors where you can pick all night, and
24/7.
and then the top 3 floors are quiet camping. So.
Right, quick. Now, one of the things that I find really most amazing is how you feature so many new bands. Can you tell us about that?
Well, the Boston Bluegrass Union had its origins in as a breakaway organization from another presenter who was really just showcasing national acts that came into the area. And so there's always been that thread of what can we do to support the local regional bands. They don't always have an outlet, they don't always have an outlet. One of the great things about the Joe Val Festival, it really serves as an industry gathering point. So we've got presenters, Podunk, Gray Fox, all these different great festivals that take place during the summer that are looking for new talent. We give them, give them the opportunity to see these bands. So for so many different levels, it's the bands meeting the audience, bands meeting presenters, a good gig. We think the festival is successful. So over the last 5 years or so, what was a small showcase area has turned into a full-blown stage area with something on the order of 30 bands over the course of the weekend.
The room keeps getting larger. Yeah. Some of those bands are just terrific. We've seen a lot of them.
Yeah. So we have a main stage where we feature the likes of the Seldom Seen, Frank Sullivan Dirty Kitchen, Ron Vincent. You know, great big lighting setup, great big sound system, 900-seat room,
chandeliers, water.
Yeah, we try to make it as comfortable as possible and as elegant as possible. And Sheraton Hotel gives us the opportunity to do some neat things like having chandeliers in the ballroom.
Right.
But we have that showcase stage on the lower level, and it's really a mecca for people over the course of the weekend.
Right, and walking anywhere and everywhere in the hotel, there's pickers. Everyone is playing. The main lobby has so much.
It's not much different than an outdoor festival. In fact, that's one of the challenges when we first transitioned from an outdoor event to an indoor event. What can we do to make this the festival feel? I think we all, as lovers of music, know that feeling when you walk in through a festival gate. The hair at the back of your neck goes up a bit, your adrenaline pulse raises a bit. That's the kind of feeling we're looking to create. And I think we're hugely successful. I'm real proud of the staff at the BB that have been able to do that and do it in spades and do it in weather like we had this weekend. They just pull together. We lose a few staff because they can't get here. Everyone pulls together with a smile and gets it done.
It does. Gerry, thanks for speaking with us. Can you tell us for next year, when is best for people to start looking to get their tickets and their hotel rooms? When should they be looking to
Our hotel land rush, as we like to call it, takes place right around Thanksgiving, maybe the week before Thanksgiving. So you can go out there now to bbu.org or Google Joe Val Bluegrass Festival, find out all the details, and we put the schedules up as we finish them in the fall and make those rooms available in November, and then we buy tickets right up through the festival. But it's a great weekend right outside of Boston in Framingham, Massachusetts. Look forward to putting this one to bed and then looking ahead for the 31st year.
Always a stellar lineup, always great workshops, great festival. Thank you for speaking with us. You have a great day.
Okay.
Great seeing you.